As artists, we don't just create art, we help people see what they couldn't see before. I mean, the more people understand the process of creating art, the more meaningful the artwork become. Welcome to this channel. My name is Erish, and I welcome you to celebrate this present moment together. For example, I want to show you this artwork. What could you feel watching it? Even I can tell you this is the flower copiwe, white copiwe, what grows in the south of Chile, and this is the unique plant from this part of the world. So, well, actually, I mean, probably you can feel the harmony of the lines, all these colors combination. But now I'll show you this thing, this artwork. Don't, and I'll tell you, this is the O, and it just fell. What can you feel looking at this kind of stuff? I mean, this is an owl, the white bird. Can you see it? I mean, there is the white in the middle, and maybe watching this material, you can understand a little bit more deeply this artwork. I mean, from this point, you can actually start to, think and feel like how this form, like ending here, and how this form starts. So I want to say that when you not been studying any kind of art prophecies, and if you don't really, if you have another type of talents in this life, that's pretty difficult to get the value of some art piece. We are, as an artist, we have to share about the techniques of the art what we create, about the the materials what we buy, the elements what we use, about the time what it takes to make like this kind of thing into this kind of form. And there is a lot of meaningful processes, and actually it is so interesting to see. Like, if don't take this technical part, we talking about the art vision, about the creating of the design, of the form, about choosing the colors, what looks good together. There's a lot of little moments what you need to understand to come to this point where you can create actual piece with actual kind of feeling. Because there is not so much feeling when you see at the flower. I mean, to me that's a lot of feeling, but maybe it is not that easily to feel a flower. But let me show you something. For example, if I show you this kind of animal, what can you feel? There is a lot of feelings, and there's a kind of, this kind of mood, like, hey, there's something. Well, this is the guanaco, the animal what lives in the north of Chile and the south of Chile. So it lives in kind of desert situation or kind of south of the world, Patagonia situations. And it is so funny. It's just the one kind of brother of brother of brother of brother of the camels. It's so funny. And if we're not going to talk about the process of creation and about the the whole kind of the design, composition in creating stuff, we can just talk about having an art piece on the wall of your house. So what is the value of have something what gives you some kind of feeling, some kind of emotion when you're coming back from work at your house? So, well, probably there's a lot of thoughts. You just like came back. There's like a lot of things to do, or maybe you're just gonna watch your favorite TV show, or talk to friends. Well, if there is nothing on the wall, nothing what gives you some emotion, nothing will bother you. I mean, you'll be just the same, probably. But if there is something what talk to you, you coming back to a house and there is some kind of animal what have this kind of stupid face, I mean funny phrase. So maybe unconsciously you will feel like you'll get something, and getting some things of decorations in your house, they really like making your life fuller. Oof. So this is why I came to the point that as an artist, I'm responsible to explain my techniques. I'm responsible to make it clear and try to think about that. How powerful the world of artists are, because there is no one who tell what to do to an artist, and there is no one who tell how to do that. So the artist and some kind of transforming machine what can take like this kind of things, look at it and say, well, this is this kind of animal, and take a time and really transform these little pieces and make an animal. It sounds so magical. For example, let me show you. For example, this artwork, it's my cat Winky. Yes, the Winky, which is Tinky Winky, la la, this kind of Winky. So I did his portrait upside down. So there's the nose, his green eyes. And, it took me a while to figure out how to make his face to look like real. When the start point is this kind of material. So, and if you can see, there is like some direction of the lines just already painted, and some of them is more clear, some of them more dark, and then so I made a sketch, and I took like I drew like the directions of the hair, the animal, and then so I needed to find the perfect detail just like, for example, to have this direction of the lines to be like lighter than this part, but darker than this part, for example. And it was like a big, you know, the labyrinth of decisions. And well, it's just a long process. And actually, right now, I started to create a video course of doing mosaics with the decorative ceramics. Decorative because they're tinier, so they're really like it's way more easier to cut this kind of tiny little pieces than industrial ceramic, what you use, for example, for the floor of the bathroom. I really believe that create an art process from an art studio by the artist directly will help a lot to understand what is there behind the beautiful artwork, what is there just behind the word beautiful, you know. For example, now I want to start do new mosaics, and there is two ways to start new artwork. The first is the inspiration, and the second is decision. Well, inspiration, it's like, you know, the last week and the end of the week I went to the forest. There was like dark morning without light, because here is like the winter situation in the south of Chile, and it's too cold and we don't have sun right now. It's actually like so cloudy most of the day. And then in this kind of the day I went out to the forest, and then I've seen the white owl. The white owl, and it was just like flying, you know, it was white and everything around was just like so grease, and I felt like I get so inspired. And I really think that inspiration, it's like the most beautiful emotion what we can get, because inspiration, it's like the gas, you know, for our car of this body, like to drive our body in this, you know, life. We just have to get this feeling of inspiration. I mean, it is so beautiful. So I get really inspired by seeing the contrast of this white bird and the grease world. And this is what I want to do. This is my inspiration. So another type of the creativity of the starting the artwork is decision. For example, how beautiful is this little piece? This is so pretty. That's really beautiful. Well, I don't know what I will do, but my decision is use this piece, because this piece is just like make me feel a lot. You see, there is inspiration. So doesn't matter like what way will you choose. The most important thing is get inspired, because if you don't get inspired, if you feel nothing, how can you create something what will give some kind of feeling to the person who will see it? It's impossible. So inspiration, it's this kind of, you know, the alive flow what can be understood by another person. So Or you can decide to use the thing and then create some kind of design. For example, wow, that's kind of, you know, it looks like sunset. Well, I'll make the sunset. So, and then you start to make sunset. But the important thing is that when the sunset will be done and you're gonna frame it and you're gonna, you know, prepare it to exhibition, and then the person who will see it will feel the same feeling what you felt when you decided to create this artwork. This is the magic. Just think about it. So, and my way of creation right now, I can use any kind of ways, but right now it's this inspiration of seeing the white bird flying in the Greece world. I can actually make it like sitting on the kind of branch. I don't need to make it actually flying because my inspiration is just like presence of this bird. So, and of course, people who will see this work when it will be done will get this kind of feeling. I feel this kind of emotion because this emotion motivate me, exactly this emotion motivating me in each next step of my art process. So, well, I before they start the create an art piece in this technique, I always make some, you know, organizing situation because I really believe that everything in our lives needs to be organized. You can kill me at this moment, but I'll explain it. Without organization, there's no productivity. You'll never get productive in your life if you not learned how to organize things. Let's see with the example of the house. You'll just like getting crazy by looking something what is always not here if nothing is organized. Oh no? I mean, there is some kind of belief that artists, they're so disorganized that the art studio is just like mess. But the thing is, there are like different kind of you know, organizations, because I'm not organizing the things to make it beautiful for other people. Organize the things to make it like perfectly to me, to my processes. So I organize my studio before the start any artwork. It helps me a lot. And I organize my house and I organize my life. I'm getting really organized. Or I believe that I do. I don't even know how how another people see in this kind of processes. Whew. Well, and then when the palette is ready, I start to pick the colors what can make my white bird. So the white owl have the white things, and then it have like has some shadows. So the shadows I will make with this thing, and then the wings of the white bird, they kind of like yellow, brown, some kind of this, like this. And this, yeah, this is the wings situation. So I already can see my bird, and then the dark, dark, dark cloudy sky. So it actually, it's like this. Yeah, that's perfect. And then there's the branch. when they all were sitting, kind of this and this and this. Yeah, because the branch of the tree will have like some light situation, the shadow, and some kind of, you know, the watercolor effect. I call it like this. So now we can see really clear that there's the white owl just sitting on the branch on the front of the dark sky. Maybe there can be some another tones of the sky, like, yeah, like this. So I don't know yet what form of the details will I use, but I do know that my bird will be white with this kind of wings on the front of this kind of sky sitting on the branch. And then there will be forest, you know. The forest I'll make by the little green pieces. I'll use like all this kind of green to make some mosaics of the forest. I don't know why, but here should be something red. Maybe, you know, some kind of flowers and some kind of trees, but I need red. Yeah, that's it. That's perfect. How do you like my white bird? And here's where the magic starts. To me, it's already here. It's already the white bird and it looking at me. I even can feel this kind of vision, you know. And it's so oh, it's just like the way how I feel it. I just need some more hours to, you know, to work on it. And another thing, yeah, before all these art situations, we need to make sure to use kind of protections for the eyes, and then for the like the mask to breathe in, just to make sure that tomorrow I will be able again use my eyes. Because in the process of cutting, looks like, well, I'll not cut right now. That's kind of dangerous moments, so I highly recommend to use protection of the eyes. And yeah, but I can't, you know, I can't like put some make the frame and put the epoxy, the resina epoxica on it and just sell it like this, you know, and just bring it like this to the exhibition with the name like the O, the white bird. Well, this is the work of artists. To me, as an artist, I have like huge imagination. The work is already done. I mean, there's 50% of the work already done, but not because another 50% of the work will take the same amount of the time, just because I already can see the bird and I already can feel the bird. So now I'll need to work on it. I'll need to like activate my magic abilities. This is how I call it. Oh, and let me move it to get it safe. I forgot to tell you. And this is pink flamenco. How do you like it? I love it. Well, normally I start to do like 2 or 3 artworks at the same time, maybe because I'm crazy. Another option is because I believe that in this way I get in more productive, or just it's cool to feel that any kind of creature have another brother creature, like the world just like come into this reality with another type of work, just like dos por uno, dos por uno. Sorry, my Chilean, for 4 years in Chile, just like not I can deactivate it that easily. And so the pink flamenco. Well, the thing is that it is so cool to see pink flamingos here in Chile, you know, in the wild nature. I've seen it in the desert Atacama in the north of Chile. You know, you're just going out with your cup of coffee, and there are some pink flamencos just like hanging out on the lake, and you're like, wow, how cool is that? So, I mean, to people who live in the desert, it's pretty normal, but to another people, like to me, a person who born in a country where there's no flamencos, and we've seen it only in the zoo and see it in the nature, it's just like, oh, that's real. Am I sleeping? Am I dreaming? Well, the pink flamenco, there's still, I need to decide the, you know, the background. Well, it was pink, and it was in the desert, and the flamenco was in the lake. Yeah, I got it. I need a yellow sky. Why yellow? Because, you know, if you will ever think to give me some present, I mean, I don't care what it could be, but just make sure that it's yellow. And that's it. That's already perfect. And then I need some color which goes really good with yellow, and that not with what not have a conflict problems with the red, and what can allow the presence of the green. Oh yeah, that's so easy. And this one, and then I need the agua, the water, kind of. Oh, that is so perfect. How can it be so perfect? I love my flamenco. Well, I don't know. Ah, yeah, I have all this color. Yeah, I'm good. That's it. Well, thanks for being with me in these difficult moments of my life, because getting the perfect palette for the artwork is not that easy, and it's getting I got a little bit stressed, but well, I thanking you to being here with me, and you know, I can feel your presence. It makes a lot of sense. And my name is Erish. I'm so sorry, but I forgot to present me at the beginning. And I'm here in my art studio in the southern Chile, and I'm really enjoying to start my new projects together, and I hope it makes maybe not a lot but some sense to you.